What's up? So this
Hey.
is definitely a cool conversation that I've been dying to have. Thank you, Natalie, for being on with me. This is definitely a different environment. Typically, I'm in a studio environment, but I want to be as transparent as possible with people. I literally just finished my 9 to 5, clocked out, closed that computer, got onto this call, and now we're just going to get into it. Sometimes I feel like people overthink the content process. Do you feel like sometimes that happens to you? Because I know males, I don't want to start off the bat, males and females.
Shots
Uh,
fired.
I mean, like, it's not like I put makeup on or anything, but I did get my glasses and like make sure my hair was combed and like I had the good lighting. But I feel like sometimes it's a little bit more work. And, maybe I could say, right? So, like, what is that like for you? Like when you get prepared to get on something like this?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. It's about time, right? And you already have your makeup on. Look at your beard. You just wake up, the the S's. Shower, shave, and you can figure out the other one. But that's your regimen, right? But mine, when I gotta do this, I gotta put the whole thing on. It's like already beautiful, but the foundation, right? You gotta build on that beauty, and then I put on some like eyeshadow, eyeliner. We're not very demure, okay? We are very cutesy, right? So it's Virgo season. I'm feeling the love. I just wanted to be bright, spriteful. I have red hair, so I gotta pop my shit. So
I feel like you always embody that style. Like you have a very unique style. You're comfortable in your own skin. You're comfortable in having all those pop like loud colors. Like I feel like I'm more blue, grays, and blacks, and I don't know when I don't know how long you've been into fashion. Ever since I've known you, you've been into it, like into having like the bright colored glasses and all that cool stuff. Like what got you into it? Why are you so excited about fashion and stuff?
okay, so let me preface that with I was born on my doctor's birthday, so I was delivered with a three-piece suit, entourage, all the food from the Fountain Blue. He had a party going on, so there was lobster, filet mignon, champagne. So your girl is bougie since day one. It's a matter of fact. You can look at my chart, like the fame and fortune. Yes, I'm into astrology and tarot, and yes, I can read you to filth. So just to let you know, it's always been in my DNA. You look in my closet. Yeah, my husband already knows. I have a whole separate room just for my stuff because he already knows he had to forgive me and say I'm so sorry, but I can't have this closet. You can have this closet in this room. So he's got his own little closet upstairs. But ladies first. I got this.
For any of us that are married, I'm married to a Puerto Rican, so I know that when we first started
Famous
going,
last words, bro. Be careful.
oh, good. She knows I talk about
She'll
her
get you.
on these things. But I know when I got with her, that was one of the first sacrifices that we made in
hmm
our relationship. It was like, hey, I'm bringing all my clothes, and I'm like, hey, where's my clothes gonna go?
Oh,
So
over there.
we
We got
just
drawers for you.
yeah, right. But like, what kind of fashion do you really like? I know there's certain people that you follow that you're really geeked about. Like, who are those people that you really like to follow in fashion?
Yes. So growing up, one of my favorites since day one of like just who is it, right? Well, Betsy Johnson. My mom always wore Betsy Johnson in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond, right? So the first like real big moment for me of being able to shop for a special event in that store because the dresses were like, three, four, $500. I'm like, every day's a special moment now that I figured out as an adult, but you don't want to go ahead and buy your teenage daughter a $500 dress and think that's an everyday thing, right? So you gotta slow your roll a bit, earn your stripes in the fashion industry. But Betsy's always been my favorite. She's loud, she's vivacious, she's a Leo, she's a sister sign. I'm a Virgo, so it's definitely like someone that embodies that strength and just pure, just in your face vibe. Always breaking down the wall, And what really like I loved about her is that every like step along the way, she always likes to pay homage to that and like go back to the roots and remind people whether they're a veteran fan or a new fan, like, hey, I see you. I know that you know the history, and if you don't, I'm going to show you. So, like, I mean, I got Betsy everywhere always. She's always with me. But one of my favorite stories from her was that when she was getting married for the first time, she actually had a pantsuit in New York, and they actually rejected her from the courthouse, saying like, "No, you can't wear that." She was like, yeah, okay. And Andy Warhol was in the entourage, so you already know. And your girl got married, and the rest is history. She's always been cartwheeling down fashion runways, and like you can see some of the bags. Like she always like brings things that are like very conversational to life, things that you would never even think were actually a purse, or maybe it's a hand, like it's a, so whether it's a purse or like an outfit, it really pops off.
Mm. See, for me, I was the kid who grew up with like Payless shoes. I tried to get the little pump shoe back
Yes,
when
I
it
love
came out.
those. I never had them either.
I know when I got older, I kind of had like this PTSD of like not being able to have Jordans, and I
uh
went through a whole phase of buying Jordans, which
Fresh kicks, ma.
it
Yeah.
was a bad idea because then my kids picked up on it, and now my daughter
Hmm.
wants Jordans. Like it's a whole mess. Obviously, there are things that you started to collect in fashion that really mean a lot to you, and I know you talked a little bit about those bags, but I know that like I feel like you're very passionate about the accessories that you
Oh,
have.
yeah.
What are your favorite accessories that are must have? Like, let's say you're traveling and you're like, I have to have these things. I cannot go anywhere without
Ooh.
this.
Oh, this is always awful. So I always FaceTime my friends or like family, like my mom specifically or my besties. We're like, okay, what are we packing? How are we coordinating? So first of all, like if you're going with someone else, always coordinate so that we have beautiful, amazing photos wherever you're going. But you want to be the moment, right? You want to show up and show out, but it has to represent you. You can't just bring, just oh, day to night. I hate that. I hate day to night. I'm like, no, we are the night. We are the day. We are the brightness. So it's like, for me, you have to have cool glasses. Like, obviously, I need them. I'm not just some girl that found glasses and said, let me wear them, right? But if you want to, you do you. But earrings, they have to pop. Cool necklace. Then obviously the makeup, it has to coordinate. The outfit, you have to have a couple different moments you can mix and match. That makes sense with your wardrobe. So like for me, this is the easiest thing for me. It's either all pink when I travel or all black. I can't explain it. Everyone's like, wait, what? But pastel goth. So I kind of carry a little bit of that with me. Definitely roots, shopping in Payless. That's one of those things where it's like, okay, I feel you, like, and then hearing corale, corale, and you're like, okay, okay, like they feel great, my shoes feel great. Are you sure? Let me see your toe. And you're like, but like shoes, very important when traveling. Like I have way too many shoes. That's where the Filipino comes in. I have way too many shoes. Like we can't even talk about it. Elias gets kind of triggered by it.
Like, don't even touch that subject because I have boxes of shoes at my house that I've like hid from
Yeah.
my wife, but then it just gives her an excuse to buy some more. Speaking about like cool products that you can have, I know that you've been doing this a long time, and
Mm-hmm.
you've shown me some tips and tricks around how to like unbox products and like how to partner with brands. I don't know if a lot of people know, but you're almost like a marketing guru to me. Like I try to pick your brain sometimes when it comes down to these brands. Um, what do you think through when you're trying to find a brand partnership? Maybe something that works well with your aesthetic because you're very, you have loud pop colors in your style. Like, what do you look for when you're trying to do that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I made my foray into marketing because it's kind of like one of those things like, the evolution, right? Like starting off with going to shows and just marketing for bands, Lupe Fiasco, Fueled by Ramen, Macabre Records, Victory Records. So I'd always be the girl at the show passing stuff out. So I was always into the aesthetics of things. But for me, going into marketing, it actually leveled up from that street team kind of marketing style to like then going on LiveJournal and MySpace, Pure Volume back in those days, and in Smart Punk, and like talking to people, and just like connecting with people and say, hey, let's meet up at a show. What are you wearing? What are you driving? And just like kind of growing there, where now it's like, oh, what brands do you shop? What shows are you going to? What car do you drive? Asking those kind of questions. So having that journalist mindset now shifting into marketing for me is like, whoa, it's a total 180, right? Where you're going from like delivering what is to now what could be. And I
Mm.
always love that, where people always like, what, where could we go? Who could we be? Who is she? When you do these personas in marketing, like, what would she buy? What would she say? What's her lifestyle? I'm like, this is almost like playing Barbie. So for me, it's really exciting to tell the story of marketing and just like diving deep into it and saying, okay, what brands are out there? Do they align with my value? And then what are they saying? What are they not saying? What are they doing? What are they not doing? Who are they currently working with? What are they pushing? Like, what kind of messaging do they have? Are they fun, vivacious? Are they vibrant, like with their colors, or are they more muted? What are they saying or not, like with, what's going on in the world? How do they connect? So if they're not connecting with people, that's an instant no for me. Because if you're not talking back in the comments, I'm like, that's boring. Like we want to hear what you have to say. And we love that when, you type in to the comments to a brand and then all of a sudden they write back, you're like, oh, they saw me, they thought of me, or like I'm important. And they do see those brand advocates. They know who you are. So don't think that it's just like for fun. It's definitely, it means something on the other side too. So for me, it's very important partnership that they value you. If they
Mm.
don't value you, then it's not going to work. There's plenty of situations where it's like, here it is, and you're like, that CTA is not going to work with my audience. Call to action, right? Like you want to be able to say something seamlessly that doesn't feel very salesy, because as we've evolved into like TikTok, it's definitely a different world. Instagram and TikTok, there is some cross pollination there, but then there's not, right? So you have to know how to deliver that message without muddying the waters and then getting people to scroll by. You want to be a scroll stopper.
I definitely have the pleasure and honor to make sure I have your ear, because everything you're saying, I'm like, oh, I must have listened to her at some point about that. Because I did my biggest highlight. I mean, I have a lot of stuff in my portfolio, but one of the things that I can say now, hearing what you just said, that I'm really proud of, I did a reel on Instagram
Mhm.
for a sushi place that I really like. I
Ooh.
went when I went to Japan. I saw this brand, and I was like super geeked about it. Like, I love sushi. I go to many places. I try to find as authentic of an experience as I can have. But when I got back to the States in Miami, they opened a franchise from Japan here, and that brand is called Kura Sushi. And I made a little reel, thinking nothing of it. I was just like, yeah, I go here all the time. My daughter, even now saying it, I'm surprised she hasn't run out of her room and said, "We're going to Kura."
Are we
Uh,
going? Yeah. I know, my son too.
and I made it, and I had the brand respond back in the comments, and I was so ecstatic about that. But like that, just going off of what you just said, it is so true.